Every good thing has to come to an end, and time has come for me to part with my Bosch CUBE Touring. I'm addressing a very important question about selling a used bike. Stay with me. My intention when buying this bike was to travel long distances with my bicycle camper. I bought 2 spare batteries so I never have to worry about range. Even though it has excellent hill climbing abilities, when it came to climbing very steep hills with my 130-pound bicycle camper in tow, I soon found out that the Cube wasn't the right bike for the job. At the time I bought this bike, I didn't know that Bosch made more powerful motors, like the CX or the Cargo line, both of which might have been adequate for my needs. So this year I made my own do-it-yourself electric bike with a very high torque motor. I chose the GMAC motor by Grin Technologies of Vancouver, the only geared motor in the world that provides regenerative braking. As far as I know anyways. I'm going to tell you all about it in a future video. I just had a knee replacement operation 4 days ago, and I won't be able to test the motor properly until I can start riding again. The answer I'm looking for from you is, how much do you think I can get for my Cube? The e-bike industry is too young for people to be familiar with different makes of electric bikes. Most people wouldn't have any trouble naming 5 or 10 automobile manufacturers, but they probably wouldn't be able to name a single e-bike company. I bought the bike 6 years ago in 2016, and I put about 11,000 kilometers on it. I've always kept it perfectly tuned, and recently I replaced the drivetrain and tires, so it's in perfect condition. From the point of view of value, it's almost like a new bike. But I suspect that I'll have to take a huge loss. This table shows how much the bike cost me. If you add up the price of the bike, the saddle that I purchased, the 2 batteries that I purchased, and add the taxes to that, it comes to $6,807. One way to determine an electric bike's worth might be by calculating its depreciation. But what is the depreciation of an electric bike? Is it the same as a car? In 6 years, a car is only worth about 32% of its original price. Based on that figure, my bike is only worth about $2,200 in Canadian currency. On the other hand, bicycles often last much longer than cars, so they shouldn't depreciate as much as cars. The person who buys my Cube will have a bike that could last 10 or 15 years or more. The most expensive part of an e-bike is its battery, and lithium batteries have a very short life. Normally they degrade gradually rather than conk out suddenly over a period of about 3 to 10 years. They eventually reach a point where they've lost so much range that they're essentially useless. The cost of the battery can be 1/4 to 1/3 of the cost of the whole bike. So if the battery of a second-hand e-bike is finished, the cost of buying a new one might be more than what the bike is worth. In my case, my 3 batteries are still good. One big advantage of the Bosch technology is that it's possible for the owner of a Bosch to know exactly what the remaining capacity of his or her battery is. I had my 3 batteries tested at my local Bosch dealer. I got a printed report of each battery, and this is the result. Battery number 1 and number 2 are 400 watt-hours of rated capacity, and presently they have 261 and 241 watt-hours of capacity left. That comes to 65% and 60% of their original capacity. Number 3 was bought 1 year later, and it's a higher capacity one, rated at 500 watt-hours, and it still has 456 watt-hours left. If you add up the capacity of the 3 batteries, you get a whopping 958 watt-hours. This is very close to having two brand new 500 watt-hour batteries, which is enough to take you 120 kilometers with only moderate effort without a camper, and twice that much if you contribute more effort. Two 500 watt-hour batteries would cost $2,432. So, if all I can get for my bike is $2,400, it would be like selling the batteries for $2,400 and giving the rest of the bike away free. Let me know what you think in the comments. What should be my asking price? How much can I expect to get for it, realistically? How should I advertise it? I'd really appreciate your input on this, especially if you've had the experience of selling a high-end electric bike. Thank you for watching this till the end, and remember, never quit cycling.